Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your July 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, okay. Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. At the bottom is our root itself. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Strength card and Justice at our root, major arcanas. Our root is intense. Virgo, during this time, we're going to need the strength to be just to ourselves and are also calling on strength. Now, strength is also representative of Leo. Okay, time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. Justice is represented by Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Our inner self is the moon and the world. Again, two major arcana cards. This time is going to hit you intensely. Nothing is going to be held back, and the world is not going to apologize. So just be mindful of that. Our emotional self, we have the Six of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Much better, much calmer energy. Then in the public arena, we have the Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, and again, we have strength, Leo energy. Now, it can be that Leo energy is playing a huge part in our public world. Just absolutely intense. There's also a need for us to call upon our own personal strength. We have to be mindful not to be bullies during this time, because sometimes our inner selves, or just ourselves in general, we can confuse strength as like, I'm right, you listen to me, this is what's important type of deal, instead of a more compassionate, a more open way of expressing emotion and desire and love and connection. And that it's it's compassionately coming forward. And that's going to be very important for us during this time, to embrace that understanding, to embrace that knowledge. Now, let's look at our chakra energy. Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Relationships. The sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is where a lot of negative energy is held from this life and past lives. It's also where our sexual energy is held and our creative energy. So it's really important, and it gets weighed down with a lot of stuff that we ourselves don't want, that we are trying to work past, and it can come out in our sexual relationships, in our personal relationships, in every single aspect of our lives. And so this is a time where we need to step back and connect with our sacral chakra, where we need to say, what is it that I want, and how is it that I want to connect to my world? Remember, this isn't just about sexual relationships. This is about every single relationship we have, and the way that we can connect, the way that we can love, the way that we can build during this time. And dealing with our pain, dealing with our trauma is important. Not using that pain as a weapon, but saying, this is the hurt I've been through. Every single person in our lives has been through pain, through one area or another. I was just watching a documentary about these girls, and it was so sad that we're born with just extra layers of skin, and it was devastating what they had to go through every single day. And it made you think, like, wow, they had to do that every day for their whole entire lives, and I complain when, XYZ happens. And so here, it's knowing that, yes, people have it worse. It's not diminishing the hurt that we've been through, but also understanding the relationship that we have with that hurt. And is that hurt armor for us? Or are we able to move forward with our relationships, saying, I'm open to the discovery of people within my life. I'm open to the discovery of myself as I connect with others. I'm open to the world. And that's where the sacral chakra comes in, and where we get to say, yes, I am, or, you know what, maybe not right now. Maybe right now I'm overwhelmed and things are intense enough. So being mindful of that is going to be very important. Now, it leads us to the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Virgo needs to be mindful of July 1st to the 15th, 2021? Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The Hierophant. Now, it can be that we need to be mindful of Taurus energy, but we also need to be mindful. There's a sense here of thinking, I'm the expert, I'm right. And we might be laughing and saying, Dean, I'm not the expert, I'm not right. But also taking people's word on things. I'm the expert, I'm right, just listen to what I have to say, without having them back it up with anything more than just their own brute force confidence. So here it's going to be a time where we have to be mindful about who we trust and why we trust them, but also about how we are presenting ourselves and the power that we are using to move ourselves forward. So that's going to be something, it's an interesting way to have to look at things, but it's going to be something that starts to open up more doors, because it isn't going to be like, okay, well, I need you to have all of this before I will trust you, or before I'll open the door, or before I'll trust myself. It's starting to say, no, there's more here. There's more here, and there's more power to me because of it. Now, at our root, we have the Strength card. Again, Leo energy. This is coming up twice. This is going to be very important in the public arena, but it's not coming up again in the inner self or in the heart. We'll dive deeper and see if it does. If it does, this could be a lover. This could be a person who has tremendous influence within our lives. And so we have to connect with our strength, but we also have to connect with the strength of that person and not let it overpower us. Because Leos, I have a whole bunch of Leos in my life, they can be overpowering when they want to be, when they get something under their craw. So here, it's embracing strength through kindness and compassion. It's embracing the heart, the emotion, the desire, and the want. And so here, Virgo, there is this sense of, this lion is listening to me, not because I made it listen to me, but because it trusts me, because of compassion, because we've earned this. And it's going to really be saying during this time, things cannot be demanded. They have to be earned. And we're going to see this with ourselves. We're going to see this with the people around us. Nothing is going to be given away for free during this time. And we have to be very mindful of this. And justice. Justice isn't saying, I need everything to be the letter of the law, or I need everything to be just for me. What it is saying is I need to be discerning. I need to be discerning about the energy I let into my life. I need to be discerning about the people I let into my life with the power that is around me. The Justice card always gave me pause, because I was always like, well, does it mean lawsuits and lawyers and everything like that? And yeah, it can. It can mean legal matters. We need to have strength, because the legal matters that we're going through, they are intense, and they're pushing the boundaries of things. And we can't just settle for what somebody who states to have this authority is saying. We have to, excuse me, fight a little deeper, push a little harder. The balance that comes, the knowledge that comes, isn't going to be what's right on the surface. So that's going to be important. That can be important for just one person listening. But there is also going to be the sense of, I have to be just to who I am. It's not everything has to conform to me. It's that I have to be more discerning about the energy I'm letting into my world, the passion that I'm moving forward in, the determination that I'm embracing. And this leads us to the moon, because there's a fear of the world within our inner selves. So this can lead to self-sabotaging. Even if we're saying, you know what, Dane, I'm really going after everything, I'm really pushing myself forward, there is going to be a part of ourselves, even if we've achieved, even if we've succeeded in something, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is what I've always dreamt of. We can start sabotaging ourselves, because it can be that we're just frustrated, things haven't turned out the way that we wanted to, life got hard, life got complicated, and the moon brings forward fear. Now, this is also Pisces energy, but it is also fear and doubt and things being shadowed to us. The moon does not illuminate the same way as the sun. It is the reflection of the sun. And so our night reflects the chaos of the day. And so it may not be restful for us, Virgo. We need to step back. We need to say, how is it that I need to rest? How is it that I need to take care of myself? How is it that I am embracing my life? Where is it that I want to be? The moon shows us our fears. And if we conquer these fears, if we look at these fears openly and honestly, powerfully and personally, we're going to see ourselves moving forward in a way that we hadn't expected. We can see ourselves opening up doors that we never knew could open to us. But we're also going to need to learn and look at where we sabotage ourselves, where things fall apart, where it's easier, yes, to sit and watch TV or to do the work that we have to do, but do it grudgingly, and the energy comes through as it. And we can say, well, why isn't this being connected with the same way that it was being connected with before? It's the energy that we're bringing to the table. And so here with the moon, it's causing us to look at things in a very blunt and honest way, in a way that brings out our fears, because the nighttime, as human beings are sight hunters, the nighttime brings out our fears. And so we need to move forward with a greater understanding of what we want and how we need to get that, how we're building towards that, because the world can open to us, but there's also a sense of, I'm afraid of the world opening to me. I'm afraid of being birthed forward this way, of being able to handle everything and move towards these goals and open up these doors. There's a level of fear here that needs to be addressed, because again, it's like the birth canal. It's coming out and it's being able to celebrate and being able to say, this is me. This is what I want for my life. And so the world is calling us to celebrate ourselves, but we might be afraid. It's like, no, I've done this, and I might have done this when I was 8. I stepped my toe into the water. I stuck my toe into the water. I stepped forward and I got burnt. It was terrible. It was horrible. I cried and everything was bad. And so it can bring us to a time where we feel vulnerable, we feel overwhelmed, we feel like we don't have any control over this situation, because it's bringing us to a very vulnerable time. The world is opening to us, and it is overwhelming, because as human beings, we have to carve out where we stand within the world, what we want from the world, what we desire, what we're moving forward towards, who we want to be, who we are. And again, it is overwhelming. But there is power in this knowing. There is power in this realization of self and goals and determination. And it brings us to the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is moving forward. Oh, goodness. And as we move forward, we're on the water. We're coasting through emotion. So our logic and our hearts are really pushing ourselves forward during this time. And we have to move towards our goals. But this is going to be an adventure that maybe we never thought we would be on. Maybe we thought, oh, I had this all figured out, and then realized, oh man, I don't. Nope, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. But this is gathering up our information and being able to move forward, and knowing that the place that I'm heading towards, the place that I'm going to, it's more than I thought it would be. It's vaster than I could have realized. And I'm heading towards this place with power, with purpose, with dedication, and with realization of self and of mind. And it brings us to the Five of Cups. And it's saying that as we're on this journey, we have to change our minds and change our lives. We have to stop looking at the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, the chaos. That is so easy. We're drawn naturally as human beings to look at this hurt, to look at this chaos, to look at these doubts and these fears, and to say, this is my everything. But if we turn around, we see the Minor Arcana Lovers card. We see the Two of Cups standing. And this embraces us with love. This embraces us with insight and tenacity and greater courage. And it moves us to the Nine of Pentacles. It moves us to being able to celebrate our prosperity. Even if we're still building it, even if we're still, gaining momentum forward, to be able to say, this is what I've worked for. This is what I desire. This is what I want. I know it's going to be backbreaking work to pick the pentacles, to continue the wealth forward, but I'm willing to do it. I'm open to it. Now, at times we can get drained, and we can push ourselves so far. We can push ourselves so extensively that we don't give ourselves time to recharge, to heal, to connect properly. And that's going to be something we need to be mindful of. But with the Nine of Pentacles, it's saying, I'm willing to put in the hard work. I'm willing to put in the effort to get the prosperity that I want. And emotionally, this is what we're going to be doing for ourselves. Saying, I'm here, and I need to celebrate where I am right now. Celebrate the harvest that is here, the preparations for the crops that are coming in, the bounty that is coming in. And yes, it will be hard work, but I'm standing here for it. I'm ready for that hard work. And it brings us then to the Knight of Cups. In the public arena, we are moving forward emotionally. Now, it can be that we meet a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or we have a water sign energy in our lives, or even in our natal charts. That water sign energy is going to be pushing us forward in one way or another. It's going to be determination. It's going to be greater insight. It's going to be slower go than we want to at times, but not as slowly as we're used to building things. Actually, Virgo, we don't like things happening all in a rush at once because it makes us feel like I'm not planning properly. I don't know every angle of this. It's an embrace of the heart. It's an embrace of passion, desire, insight, and dreams. It's knowing that my heart has to lead me, even though that's going to be rather uncomfortable. And it doesn't mean that I boil everything down to just being kind of an emotional wreck. Those people who are led by their hearts, but it's just like one trauma after another, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, if you just step back a little bit, if you just looked at things a little bit more balanced, you would be able to get to the place that you wanted to be a little bit easier. And that's, yes, very easy to say when you're outside of the world of constant drama, but we have to kind of step out of things during this time, Virgo, and assess the situation and understand where our hearts are coming from and why our hearts are pushing us so vehemently in one direction or another. This is a time where our hearts need to guide us, but our hearts also need to be stabilized. It needs to heal over the traumas and the hurts that have been such an integral part of us. And we need to start seeing the beauty that is building around us, the hard work that is paying off. And it brings us to strength. Excuse me. Now, of course, here in this reading, we have the repeat of the number 8. And the number 8 is taking things entirely too seriously. The number 8 is a fantastic number. It's getting things done. It's being serious and focused. But it's at this time, we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to take it to absolute seriousness. There's nothing to joke about. There's no beauty here. It's just work. Or it's just intensity. We have to step back from that. And we have to say, all right, what am I building towards? What do I love? What do I want? And how does this add strength and purpose into my life? Again, there is the warning of not being the overpowering one during this time, but the strength coming through consistency, through compassion, through dedication, through greater insight, and through focus. That is going to be majorly important for us. So let's go deeper. Virgo, Show me deeply the roots of Virgo. July 1st to the 15th, 2021 Virgo. Show me deeply the roots of Virgo. July 1st to the 15th, 2021 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, okay. The Four of Pentacles. Show me more deeply the roots. No, show me deeply the inner self of Virgo. July 1st to the 15th, 2021 Virgo. Show me deeply the inner self of Virgo. July 1st to the 15th, 2021 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, okay, these two. Ooh. Okay, so let me stop before I go through each and every one of them. To go more deeply into our roots, we now have the Four of Pentacles, which is minor arcana, vampiric energy. Watch out from being drained from a Leo and being drained from a Libra, being drained from the strength that we are having to project to the world, and being drained by the justice we think that we are going to have to give to everybody, or that we're trying to give to ourselves. Vampiric energy comes in. This is a time where we're guarding our chakras. We're not letting ourselves express things openly, honestly, brilliantly, passionately, personally. This is a time where we need to focus on what we want to bring to the world, on the words that have guided us in life, and the people that are around us. Are we being built up? Are we opening up the doors? Are we knowing where we want to stand? Or is it just more chaos and more chaos and more chaos? The vampiric energy drains us. It's kind of like never being able to sleep well. It's kind of like, when you're in pain and you go to sleep and you wake up and you're cranky and you're agitated because you didn't sleep well at all. And then finally, when you're out of pain and you're able to sleep much more deeply, you feel so much better. You're doing so much better. Your attitude's so much better because you've stopped that cycle. That's what this vampiric energy is. It's draining you so that you can't express the joy, the beauty, the brilliance that is within. And that's going to be really important. Being able to acknowledge the vampiric energy around us, being able to state it, to see it, and to say no more. And to hold on to what's important to us, but not be miserly about it. It's not like, oh my gosh, I have to hold on to this because if I don't hold on to it, I'll never be able to be in a place of prosperity and abundance ever again. So it's to be mindful of that energy. And then it leads us to the Artist and the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Artist is there are two added cards in this deck right here. This is the Ethereal, I believe. And it is the Artist and the Well. So the Artist is the creator. During this time, we are creating. And we have to be mindful of the fact that we are creating the way that we are being perceived within the world, but the way that we are perceiving our world. And it leads us to the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience. Patience for what we are creating. We're going to want instant gratification because we're humans, and that's what we love. We love instant gratification. With the Artist, there's a sense of, I'm putting my heart and my soul into this, or I have an artistic temperament during this time, which is going to be true for many of us, where I have an artistic temperament. This is a time where my emotions are going into everything. I'm putting my heart into it all. And it's a vulnerable time. It's an intense time. And I need it to be seen as such. But I need to have patience within myself. Because divinity is guiding this much more deeply, much more personally, much more powerfully than I realized, than I was aware of. And it leads us to go more deeply into our hearts. Show me more deeply the emotional energy of Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021 Virgo. Show me deeply the emotional energy of Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So again, it's the Four of Cups, that vampiric energy that's at our root. It is coming through again. It's draining our heart. It's having us unsure of where to stand, how to stand there, what to move forward towards, what we want. And then we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is slowly, steadily moving towards our emotional goals. But our heart needs to be defended. We need to say, this is what I love, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I'm guarding within myself, this is how I'm building myself forward. And this is the power, the beauty, and the intensity of me. Now, it can be that a vampiric energy is also a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, but I'm seeing this more as my emotions are getting the best of me and they're draining me because they're going off to other people. They're being taken up by everybody else but me. And with the Knight of Cups, it's saying armor up. Armor up and keep this intensity. Keep this passion, keep this fire, keep this focus. And stop the endless drain. It moves us then to going more deeply into our inner selves, into the public arena self. So show me deeply the public self of Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Show me deeply the public self of Virgo, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And it's the Five of Swords reversed, which is really quite nice. The Five of Swords reversed is not having to deal with the same old battles. It's like things are falling. Actually, no. This is a win of the same old battles. And at this time, there's a release, but there's also a loss that happens. Spirit's like, no, Dane, this isn't as good as you thought it was when it first came out. I was like, oh, well, this isn't bad. But it is going to be, there is a loss here. There is something where we fought this fight before, and we're not going to come out the way that we thought, okay, or the way that we wanted to. We're going to be taken advantage of in some way or another, and it's going to be hurtful, and it's going to be overwhelming, and it's going to be something where we think like, oh, not this again. And what we have to do is we have to step back, and we have to say, you know what? There's more here than meets the eye. There's something I need to see. There's something I need to learn from. And I will not be taken advantage of like this again. So that's important. Okay. It's around love and strength in the public arena. It really is. We're going to think that we're weak in some way or another by opening our hearts the way that we want to open our hearts. And that's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. If we open our hearts and we embrace our emotions the way that we want to, we're actually going to come out winners. Okay, if we come from a place of fear, hurt, and pain and say, I'm armored up, this is my strength, this is, exactly what I need to do, we're actually going to come out the loser in it. Okay? Yeah. Our subconscious, excuse me, our subconscious chakra message is the third chakra. And this is life purpose. Speaking, embracing, embarking on, and building up our life purpose is going to be a powerful part of who we are during this time. The sense of this is me and this is how I need to shine. Our subconscious inner self is the King of Cups. Again, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is emotional manipulation. And we have to be very mindful of emotional manipulation from people who are very powerful within our lives, but also in a very powerful way from ourselves. Am I being opened with myself? Am I being as honest with myself? Or am I caught up with this end goal that I have? And it's like, okay, this is what I'm heading for. This is what I want. And I'm not seeing the nuances and the beauty in between. Like I'm missing part of the bigger picture because I'm focused on something that might be instead of what is right here. So do be mindful of this and being drawn to people who sell a really great bag of goods, right? They think, okay, this is, if you bring this home, you make this soup, oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. And all it is a piece of stone in water. So we have to be mindful of that, like being taken advantage of that way. Our subconscious rooted self is the Five of Wands. Again, chaos. Chaos and inner doubt, inner fear, being taken in by the chaos that is around us. We have to silence the chaos within by looking at it and saying, I see you. I see you doubt. I see you fear. I see you vampiric energy. I see you negativity. You don't get to rule me. And then stepping back from the chaos that is around us, that's going to want to pull us in to the trauma and to the drama. So do be mindful of that. It moves us to our subconscious inner self, which is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is being on fight mode. Subconsciously, we're going to be ready for a battle. We're going to be ready for hardship. Why? Because we're facing fears and we're looking at the world and we're thinking it has to be harder to make it in the world, to be prosperous within the world than it actually is. This might not be millionaire status, but to be prosperous, to embrace this a level of success, we don't have to be fighting all the time. That's actually going to tell us we're not on the right path, or we let the wrong people into our lives. It doesn't have to be a constant battle. Now, sometimes there is a constant battle. You get a divorce, or you break up within a relationship, or life just gets hard and you're sitting there and you're looking at things and you're like, I lost everything. What the heck? But if we come from a place of constant fighting, we're just going to drain our energy all the time. And we have to be able to get to a point where the fighting stops. And that's tricky. That is tricky, because I know from personal experience that that's not stopping fighting. When you feel like you're up against a wall, when you feel like you're cornered, that's incredibly hard. And that's why it can be a major life lesson. And it does seem to be that way for many of us, Virgo, where it's a major life lesson, and it's powerful and it's intense. And we have to be open and honest with the way that we're moving forward within it. And our subconscious inner self, our emotional energy, is the Queen of Swords. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Libra, this part of our personality is going to be coming out quite intensely, because this is an air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But it's cutting through doubts and fears. It's seeing what we want and desire, and it's going after it. Our heart and our mind are coming together. And this is a time where we have to be open to that, to the communication of emotion and logic, and the sense of, how am I moving forward, and where do I want to be, and what do I desire? And also the sense of, I've been training my mind for so long, because every moment that we are awake, even the moments where we're sleeping, our minds are being repaired or being trained and looking at things in a different way, and we're contemplating and committing. So the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Swords comes in and says, I am this intensity, I am this focus, I am this sacrifice and tremendous energy. And I will not be silenced, I will not be held back. I am moving towards my goals and my desires. And there's a ferocity to us, to our hearts during this time, which we can find a bit overwhelming, because we're being told here, don't let strength take over. And then our hearts are being astoundingly strong. And so we can think, well, this is just a contradiction. It's not going to be. Our hearts are strong because they're connecting with our minds. Because when the heart and the mind work in tandem, instead of working separately like they do so often, where either we become great logical people or we become, intense emotional people, we need to be both. And we need to have the heart and the mind coming together in power, in wisdom, in greater understanding. And it leads us then to our subconscious public self. And that's Lovers. And it's saying we just want to fall back in love with life. In love with the people around us, in love with our relationships, in love with what we want from life, with our desires, our hopes, our dreams, and our wishes. We want to fall in love with it. We want to be in love with it. We want the passion to be there. This is also Gemini energy, which is May 21st to June 20th. There we go. So we want the love to be there, and we want the passion to grow. And we need that to be an integral part of our existence and ourselves. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace our power and our purpose, and we release the negative, vampiric, energy-draining energy from our lives. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.